Let's do it, 10 o'clock.
We're green.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now 7 p.m. We'll kick off the March 24th, 2026 Board of Directors meeting with a pledge of allegiance. Please join.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jessica, thank you for standing.
Even from Pittsburgh.
Even her hotel room, like a celebrity.
Hi. Remember that. Now you're putting a lot of weight on it. I zoom in.
We have a special guest with us tonight, phoning in from Pittsburgh. What?
I should. I'll carry it now.
All right, can we do roll call for us,
But
please?
that's my nose of business.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. You're good.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Albert, looks like he is absent tonight.
Yes.
Mr. Badger,
Here.
Mr. Eisenhower,
Here.
Mr. Gardner,
Here.
Mr. Hausnick,
Here.
Miss McCloy,
Here.
Miss Meyer,
Here.
and Mrs. Kling.
Here.
All right, thank you. No recognitions or presentations on the evening. We'll go to the first public comment portion of the evening. Again, this is for residents and taxpayers to comment on matters of concern or official action deliberation before the board.
Callahan, 113 Arch Street, in Twinsville, PA. It looks like you did a pretty good job, Dan, and whoever, on the
Joe.
piece and on everything, but there was a net that was cut down. It was over top of the basketball. It's not no longer there. In 1948, we were West Branch champs. I don't know if it's basketball or football, but in the year I was born, that's no way to be. It's not out there. And I mean, there's probably a lot of stuff that isn't out there, and there are a lot of stuff that's out there that is second place and. And all that, and I make it a thing that if they won if they won it in a tournament, the coaches from here on out can keep the trophy if it's the second or third place. It doesn't need to be, and they play fewer and fewer tournaments. Carter used to play a lot of tournaments, and a lot of his trophies are over the concession stand for the baseball. So I make it a point that they ought to have for the second and third place teams. I noticed no fruits with the over there. There was Smoking Lords and so on. They were the third place and second. And the trophy case out by the gym is too small. I realized that. And I don't know. But like I said, 1948. The trophy is going, the net is cut down. There's a couple of, there's this football that's from Strines, before Strines. It was blown up, but it disappeared. The two basketballs, they disappeared too. They had Burdett. He got Montgomery when he beat them. Then he fought 2 games after that, and then lost in 2006.
Hey, Jack, that's your 3 minutes, buddy. Thank you. Sure, a lot of nice trophies to look at, though. Hey, great. All right, seeing no one else in the room and no one else on Zoom, we'll end the first public comment portion of the evening and move to general agenda items. I don't see any reason we can't combine all of these, 3.1 through 3.7. If you agree, I will take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any questions, comments on any of those?
So my question, and you're gonna be shocked by this, is, I think everyone has that question. So when we're looking at this proposal to, and I obviously one that, let's look at the drainage, don't get me wrong. We're looking at $13,500. Just to look at it. Am I reading that
Correct.
correctly?
Yep.
Does that include the contracting plans?
No.
So-
When you say contract,
So,
the actual.
the
drainage,
actual drainage plans. So it's just to
No.
look at the,
Yeah.
so the
next
biggest
step
part
would
is
be
the geotech
the
and,
plans. Yep.
and I guess I'm questioning, okay. From. I guess I'm looking at it as just like, I understand the civil engineer, right? What exactly for the geotech engineer to come in, right? And I looked at it. I guess my question is why on the geotech engineer?
I'm pulling that up now.
Cause it just says like I've pulled in a geotechnical engineer, right? That's $8,000. Obviously topographic survey, looking at, you know. So the survey itself is $3,200. I'm looking at, you
Yep.
know, the breakdown on it at the bottom when, you know, a mini excavator and operator for $2,000. But the geologist is $2,100. The geotechnical aid is $900. A private utility locator at $800, $1,800 a day.
Geotech is gonna tell you what. From the samples they dig up.
So
I'll
what
tell
do
you
we,
what the conditions are, because if it's. I don't know, I'm not an expert in it, but if you find that you have a small layer of topsoil and the rest is clay. You're gonna deal with that differently than. If it's simply. A stream running through there and you divert it with a drain, a pipe and drains and.
so I
Very
get it
basic
a little bit,
understanding of it.
I get it a little bit. If, are we looking at doing the drainage and then seeding those fields? Is that what we're looking at? Because then I hear the whole, like, we're looking at it to get the drainage fixed and then turf. Cause if we're looking at it to get the
I
drainage.
think that's
fixed and
up to the board. I think we're doing this in steps.
Okay,
So you see what the conditions are, then you get a design on the drainage, and then you have to make a determination if you want grass or turf there.
did we talk to any other civil engineers beside this firm?
I did not. I can put out a request for proposal.
I think that would
We
be
would like to
great.
table this. These were just folks that we were working with on the.
Please silence all electronic.
This is who we were working with on the lighter project, and it's a service, so we don't have to, but I can put out a request for proposal if that's what the board desires. So you're gonna have to change your motion.
Yeah.
Actually, you should just rescind it and start all over.
Yeah, so we'll just do, all right, so we're
If-
gonna rescind the
if we
motion
can.
through 3-1 through 3-7. We'll
Yep.
do 3-1 through 3-6, and then we'll need a motion to
No,
table.
3-1 through
I'm sorry.
3-5.
Including 3-6.
And I'm just asking, this is just me asking, so obviously I'm an N of one, but I don't know what anyone else thinks.
I don't think it's gonna.
Good idea to get a second opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna, it may come in higher, we know.
And others may look at it differently too, because you can, I mean, you know, there's also the contractors that go out and look at drainage differently than a civil engineer. It's not, I don't know if it's necessary to have a civil engineer, but
Because of the permitting, you're gonna need a civil engineer and
Zoning permit, it's just a zoning, it doesn't require it.
because you're dealing with water, stormwater.
Right.
You're gonna need a civil
Yeah.
engineer.
So.
Yeah, because it's gonna be DEP, the county conservation district,
Traffic study.
and the borough. All three are going to require.
So that's why.
Okay,
I'd be
so,
afraid to jump to just a design and install when you don't.
no, I'm not saying design, but I'm just saying that I would put it generally out to bid before, it's a big chunk and it's not even, like, it's just the beginning phases. So I'd rather take a look at, if we put it out, you're gonna get more than, you know what I mean? There's other people out there that do this. And it may be more full service and maybe they're complete, like, that's what they do. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't know what you don't know until you put it out into the public realm.
okay, so I think we're all in agreement.
Okay.
We'll rescind the 3-1 through 3-7. We'll do,
Who was the first, second and first on that?
Tina McCoy was the first and John was the second.
Are you in
you guys
agreement?
are in agreement?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that's rescinded. Now we'll group 3-1 through 3-5. We'll leave 3-6 and 7 separate. And then once we get to 3-6, will we need a motion to table it?
Yeah, if that's what you're gonna do.
Okay, so
Or you could vote on it and
we'll do.
no, and
Up and down it,
it's, yeah, it
whichever.
really
is
doesn't matter at
easier.
that point.
Yeah, we'll
I think I understand the assignment.
All right, okay, so we're going back, so we'll group 3-1 through 3-5. So if you all want to agree, and so I'll take a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve 3-1 to 3-5.
Second.
All right, any questions on those? All right, all in favor, say aye. All opposed. 3.6, approval of the proposal from Livick Civil for the McCall Fields. We just make a motion to shelf that. Table it. I'll take, all
motion to table it. Second.
right, all in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Very well, look at that, we did it. All right, 3.7, approval of the resolution to support House Bill 41 concerning public and private school athletics.
I make a motion to accept.
Second.
Any questions on that?
So this is just collectively, everybody in agreement and then submitting it to,
Yeah, our district supports.
Yeah, you have hundreds of high schools that already have backed it.
okay.
I think it's a great plan.
Yeah, I've signed it as an individual because my years as being a principal, I just,
Well, we can
See
still
that.
sign it as individuals, even though we signed
It
it.
was big on the internet for a while, and you could sign up there,
So you can do individual too.
did that. And at the basketball playoffs of this year, out of the 6 classifications, 5 of them were won by private schools. You know.
Yep.
Mostly beating other private schools. So there's disparity there.
I agree. All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye, all opposed. Very well, moving on to personnel. 4.1, approval of the following additions to the staff. We're gonna have to list here today. Catherine Bergen, Tracy Elmer, Aaron Runkle, Misty Emick, Catherine Bergen again, and Evan Silstra.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Questions, comments? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, discussion for future action items, budget talks, Mr. Reich.
Okay. You all should have packets in front of you for your next section. It's going to be the budget talks for revenue recap and expenditure projections. Mr. Eisenhower should actually have his full binder.
Can I just cut you off a minute?
Yes, sir.
Go back to the personnel actions. I want to congratulate Katie Bergen. Dad's in the audience. I joked with it. We finally got a nice Bergen on staff. So we're excited to bring her on board. Place Terry Hill. School nurse is a difficult one to fill right now with the shortage across the state. We were fortunate to have multiple applicants, multiple quality applicants, and Katie being our choice. So because of that, she's gonna also be able to fill in at the end of the year, as you saw, for a long-term sub position as well. So she gets some orientation early on here in May, and then takes the reins come fall. So we're excited to have her. Congratulations, Mr. Bergen.
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Sorry, Jess.
Oh, you are fine.
That's more pleasant than this.
Say that.
Definitely. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Let me share. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So at the last meeting, we just recapped and went over all the revenues. Now I'm just going to show you what we did at the last meeting for revenues, as well as move into all of our expenditures. So why is this not working? There it goes. All right. So the revenues did not change. Our local revenues stayed the same. State revenues did change just a little bit. You're going to see that reflected here. It's $6,199 that it did increase, and that's just due to making adjustments within the wages. That affects our FICA reimbursement as well as our retirement reimbursement that the state sends back to us at 50%. So that's why you see that number a little different. Federal revenues also, again, stayed the same. So you'll see the totals down there at that 962,600 in increases for revenue. Now, so this screen right here is giving you just a big overview. I'm actually going to break everything down for you. But this is all of our object codes. So our salaries, let me move this up here. You're going to see what was actually budgeted for 25-26, and then the increase for your 26-27. So you're seeing that our salaries are going to increase by 619,746. Employee benefits, which you guys are all aware about, the health insurance cost, that is increasing $672,657. Purchase of professional and technical services. This one is your IUs, those services that render for our specialized students. Purchased property services. You didn't see much fluctuation there. Other purchased services, you're going to see where that actually is going to go down a bit. Like I said, we're going to go into these a little bit more. This is just a little highlight. Supplies you're seeing is that there's a decrease there. Property is increasing $69,389. Other objects is also increasing by about 17,000. And then other uses of funds, this is where our bonds live. That is increasing by 584,763. So you're going to see where our budgeted from 25-26 to 26-27. Our expenses have increased with all of this, $2,067,737. Now, this does not include the prep work that we did in previous budgets to be able to help offset some of the bond cost, which I'll show you here in a minute. So I broke them out. So you'll see where your salaries, that increase is encompassed by that new position with your curriculum director that we added in. That was that original figure that I had showed you at our first meeting for our increase of that $588,790. That was also all of the contract wage increases. We also did include about a $30,000 adjustment for our admin wages to bring them up to the IU 17 average to get them kind of on an even keel with what the IUs are doing. So employee benefits, you're going to see where that increased by $672,657. That one, health insurance alone increased by that $453,249. There's an additional $219,000 that was kind of made up with unemployment, which I don't have a final figure, so I increased that by about 7%. Same thing with our workers' comp. I don't have anything quite yet. We're working onto that process next with the insurance companies. So I just gave that a 7% increase as well. Some things changed within the contracts, like our tuition reimbursement. That actually went up $10,000 from a $40,000 to a $50,000. And then there were some increases, of course, with wages. You're paying more on FICA, retirement, life, disability. So that kind of what encompasses that object code. Purchased professional and technical services, that is only increasing $177,240. That is our IU services. I wanted to put our actual IU services in here. You'll see some backup in your packet. But for 25-26, just for the IU, it was budgeted out at 1.4 million. I did a range because I don't have figures of about 7% to 10%, seeing where we're using more of their services. I tried to get a 10% in there, and where there wasn't as much, I dropped it down to about a 7%, just to kind of get better numbers for this 26-27 budgeted figures. Also in here is our outside placements. These are, I'm trying to think some of the places, just some alternative ed places other places that the students go. I have a slide a little bit later that's going to give you a little bit more detail on that. With those outside placements, I also did that 7 to 10% to be able to factor in, to be able to get a figure for your 26-27. Your 400s, this is your purchased property services. That actually was $1,038 is what that went up. This is your utilities. This is our gas, water, sewer, equipment repairs, disposal services, extermination services. And then we're going to move into other purchase services. Transportation is the big one in here. You're actually going to see where this is reduced by $22,060 or 60. Transportation costs, I wanted to let you know they did increase by 102,000. Insurance cost also increased by about 20,000. This is our property insurance, our general liability. Again, like I had said, we're working on numbers and renewals on those, so I just applied a 10% increase on these. Charter schools are reflected in here as well, and that's why you're going to see a reduction. Our charter schools actually, with the new law that came into effect, actually reduced by, I'd say, about 174,500. So that's why I reduced that. That's why you're seeing a reduction. And then with our supplies, we actually have a little reduction there at 52,829. Our basic supplies, they're remaining steady. Technology had a large number figured into its budget for McGraw-Hill. With that paid up front, that's actually good until 30/31. We actually see where that's offsetting and showing a little bit of a reduction there. Our 700s are our property insurance. This is the increase of $69,389. This is reflectant with purchases of laptops for our staff, as well as a wrestling competition mat is pretty much what is showing there for that increase. And then here's our 800s, our other objects that increased by about 17,793. One thing here is our student activities. They're doing stuff, they're participating in a lot, which is different fees and participation. So we did increase that. I believe that was actually increased by about 11,000. So that way they are able to go to these and participate in the different events. Also some dues and membership fees with PSBA, admin, and professional fees that I've noticed had gone up. So that's why I increased this. Then our 900s are other uses of funds. You're going to see that increase by 584,763. That is our bonds. I did put in here. So our bond, the 3 bonds that we actually currently have, that reduced, but then our 2026 bond has come online at that 822,000. So that's where that little fluctuation is. So that's where our increase is at the 2,067,000. So I wanted to just kind of show you a little bit about the IU services, outside placements. I had told you about the IU services at 1.4 million. I actually have them increased by that 7 to 10%. So that actually has it up to about 1.5 million, of an increase of about 150,000 just on IU services. Outside placements are very hard to really come down with a good number because it's all based on need and who's accepting and where the kids can go. So I do have that about a 7%, just kind of making sure that I give us a good cushion. So I did increase that by 6,000 for our outside placements. LCTC, I wanted to put that cost in there. It did increase by about 22,000 because we pay per student for that. And then I wanted to show you our cyber schools. So we originally had budgeted a 1.2 million just for those cyber schools, which we were able to reduce down to the 1.1. So a savings of about 174,500 in that breakdown. So then I put in here, this is on our first meeting, I showed you the project millage build-in. So in 24-25 and 25-26, there was extra capital built in to be able to help with the bond payment that we would have. So there was an additional revenue of 467,500. So I put in here our revenues versus our expenditures. So you're looking right now of a deficit with that all factored in of $836,028 at this point. My next thing that I really want to get done is our fund balance right here. This is our fund balance of June 30th of 2025. I have some of our unassigned and assigned committed fund balance, but our 25-26 projected budget use, that was originally what was budgeted in the 25-26. I want to get our estimated costs over on that so I can reflect a better idea of what our fund balance is going to look like. I want to bring that to you as well as some different recommendations on how we can proceed. But I wanted to make sure you had all of your information at this point. Does anybody have any questions?
First thing I want to say thank you for all of this. It's
Yes.
great. I was just going to say, I appreciate the details.
You're very welcome.
Any other final thoughts or questions on that? All right, great job. Thank you very much. This is very helpful.
I will add, this will be placed on our website and we also need to. We need to get this in our agenda as well, so.
Yes, the first presentation is out on the website and I will make sure that this one goes out as well. But I can definitely make sure they're included within the agenda. I forgot about that. I apologize.
That way we have the multiple places for folks to see, so. Thank you, Jess.
Yes, you're very welcome.
Very well done.
All right, thank you much. That'll take us to our final public comment portion of the evening.
Jack Callahan, 121 I was looking at, our foreign exchange students, if their picture is, what happened to their picture? It was,
I've never seen it.
it was right out the hall where the old, auditorium was. It was, Gil Hoover, he was, I was student year. Earl Couch, she was the year ahead of me. And Catherine Field, Hockey was the year. The first year is 64. And he said that we got those over here with bonds. They sold 50-cent bonds in order to get them over. And it's one of what happened. And I could see that net, that was where the new gym is, the net was there. And the trophy from 1948 is there. And but I mean, there's been so many trophies, but I'll stick by that, they only have, first place things to that. And, second and third, they can, they can do away with them, but without putting them in the trophy case. And so, I don't know, but you did a good job, getting all the trophies out and getting all the plaques out and getting all the pictures out. You did a good job.
But after all this, there is no way I'm getting rid of any second and third place trophy. We are. Same thing. We are keeping what we have. And we'll add to it.
Ron Snell, Lord Mayor. First of all, Jessica, I want to congratulate you on a great budget presentation with good detail. That is the first time there's ever been any detail on a budget in the 11 years that I've been coming to these meetings, whether I was on the board or here. So I want to congratulate you on that. I do have a question, which I can get answered later, I guess. Because I know the board doesn't normally answer questions, but the CTC, the number on that, does that reflect the money that we're paying for the construction at CTC?
Yeah, we were.
So they already
We paid it
Yeah,
in full.
It's already paid.
Yeah, it's just students.
That's paid, and the bond that we took out for lighter, there's money in that to pay ourselves back for what we paid to Leica over time, so.
And just a little side note, there's one board member that is kind of pushing for turf fields for the baseball field, the soccer field, and a softball field. Keep in mind, and I have no idea what the final cost would be of doing that. But I'm sure it will be north of $3 million for an area that big. So I just want you to keep that in the back of your mind when those numbers come in, because that's gonna be another bond if that happens. So that's all I got.
And that's, again, that's why we're going step by step by step here,
Right.
rather than one big project.
Just
Rather
barely.
than jumping into it.
Just to see what we have. If you take care of the drainage, maybe
be
the grass is fine. Maybe the grass is fine then. So step by step on that particular project.
All right, no one else in the room and still no one else on Zoom. We'll close the final public comment portion of the evening and we'll move to adjournment. We'll take a motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Adjourn, thank you much. Jessica, thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Jessica.
Very welcome.
Enjoy your conference.
I will. There's lots to
bird.
learn.
Please enjoy your night in the bird.
I thought you were there for something fun like a baseball game.
Nah.
Oh, no, everybody's out at a hockey game.
Ever-